Is this thing on? Hey! Hey, how you doing? It's going to be such a good show. It's going to be such a good show. We have this vampire guy. He's terrific. A vampire guy. Are you dying? I am. Yeah, we're going to have a really good freaking show. So you just hold on.
Carmen Roberts, Fox News Radio.
We're going to have a great time. Hold on. The news is coming. Hold on a second. Here we go. We got the weather. 1, 2, coming with the weather. 4, 1, 3, 3. Bada bang, bada boom, bada bang, bada bang.
High pressure builds.
There it
We
is.
are looking at a drier end of the weekend as low pressure drifts farther eastward. You see skies trend mainly clear overnight. Lows
I
dip
hope
down
it's a
the
nice
upper
day tomorrow. I
50s.
hope it's a nice day for all you
We're gonna
guys.
round out the weekend
Yeah.
with Sunshine Warrior Sunday. Highs low 80s, north wind 10 to 15. We're clear Sunday night, low near 60. It will be warmer Monday and Tuesday with lots of sunshine both days. Highs mid 80s on Monday, upper 80s on Tuesday. I'm Todd Bourne for Weather Channel. We're Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of My Pillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat. I would flip flop all night long. I would wake up with a
All right, I don't give a fuck. Hey, man. But anyway, glad this week's over. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm glad this week's over. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a good show. We have this guy. It's Doug the vampire guy. I got him he called up already. I got him on the phone now. So he's on the phone and he's on the phone. I'm gonna put him on when we start. And it's good. It's always a very nice show, but I'll tell you something. I wanna see what's going on here. I wanna see. Hey, Annette, are you calling in or what?
Waiting on the phone.
If not, then she's right there. Look, she joined in. Hello with the face, with the smiley face. She painted that herself. I gotta watch this.
Enter the promo code WCBM.
In honor of our nation's
Yeah.
independence, the licensed doctor of Men's
I gotta
Health,
keep the
LTD,
weather over
will
here.
Give you independence from your ED, so you
He did
no
all
longer
right.
hear this at
He
night.
did all right.
Just watch TV. Well, maybe we can try this weekend.
Don't be that guy. Get your
This just in.
your ED. Come to the clinic between
Zombies are eating everybody's brains out of their head. Jello is banned from all nations, and also
164.
summer is a good thing for health. Enjoy yourself. It's going to be sunny tomorrow. After all this freaking rain, man. I was driving in the rain. I was driving in the rain. Say hi. Say hi. Into me, so I'm gonna. I know the Russians did it. They're gonna say the Russians, so I gotta make sure it's okay over here. The Russians. The Pollock did it. That's that power.
Derek Stroman Entertainment.
Here we go, baby.
Showtime.
This is Talk Radio 680 WCBM. Time now
Jesus
for Speak Your Mind. Here's your host, Derek Stroman and Jimmy Zane.
Hey guys, welcome to Speak Your Mind here on WCBM 680 Talk Radio. I am Jimmy Zane.
And I'm Derek Stroman.
And behind me, we got super producer Ron Savage.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm glad this week's over, man. It was a horrible week. I had to say goodbye to a family pet. I had him have him put down at the office, and it was just a horrible time. I'm just glad that this week's over with. But outside of that, hello everybody. I hope everybody's doing good.
Well, it's never easy when you got to put down a family pet you've had for. I mean, to me, animals are just like your kids. I mean, hey, Bill, Chris are in the studio, by the way.
Yeah. Yay!
Hey, what's
Now listen,
Hi.
you guys got a pet, Kevin,
Yes.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
Love the- That thing is the cutest pig I've ever seen next
I
to
want
me.
one. I want
And who wants it?
As a matter of fact, I want Kevin.
Oh,
We're offering him up right now just for you.
Well, it's so funny because you were trying to do something live,
Yes.
and you hear Kevin Bacon in the background like tearing through everything.
And how about that for a name? Kevin Bacon.
That was my idea.
That's great. That's
We also were thinking
Very
of the
original.
idea of what Piggy Smalls.
Yeah, I like Piggy Small.
Ah!
That was a good one. That was a good
Great.
one.
It sounds like you're naming a cow hamburger. Like, we're going to eat you.
But I like that. Piggy Small.
Bill didn't want to go for that one.
I'm sorry, man, but
We
that's
always have
funny.
Bacon.
Or
direct.
or two pig.
I would have never thought that. I would have thought more along the lines of
And P. Hill, of course.
Yes,
So,
P. Hill.
Yeah,
yeah.
what's up, everybody?
Bill.
I would have thought more along the lines of Babe.
Hey, WCBM, it's Ron Towers. Just speak your mind.
I
Who's
know
calling?
you didn't watch that movie with me though, babe.
Hey, Matt, hold on. Let me get you on this. Spirit.
Well, Appendix father's name was Pork Chop.
Dang,
Yeah.
So you watched a lot
Okay.
of Mr. Ed.
All right, I'm gonna put you right on here. You just hold on, and I'm just gonna put you. Remember I did last week? Oh, you watch me? I can talk to you this way. Yeah, I'll just watch it too. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you on like I did last week, and I have to guess like you're already on. If you say anything, you'll be heard on the air.
So the guy's name was Wilbur.
Okay, so don't say where's the goddamn remote control. Don't say that. Don't say that. Because then I'll be shot by the FCC, and I gotta shoot him again, and I'm a good shot. Okay, so I'm gonna put you away. I'm gonna put you on hold.
That's why.
I'm gonna put you on hold. Now I'll put you in live. Okay.
There's not too many
All right,
realtors on TV. by the
No,
way.
there isn't.
The rare one.
That's a reason.
All these buttons.
And Dustin over here, this poor guy.
Okay, hold
I
on.
swear he gets lucky. He keeps getting pulled over for driving on a suspended license, and he talks his way out of it with the cops.
Well, he thinks he's a cat. He thinks he's got 9 lives.
I know, right?
Eventually they'll get me.
Well, the
There.
next call I get is like, hey, Jimmy, can you come get me on jail?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Slow it up. If you talk your way out of it, you should be a millionaire by now.
Right?
Why are you not giving seminars on what
Well,
you know?
yeah, but P. Hill, listen,
Hollywood
That's
is
what
money wasted.
that's what he tells people he talks his way out.
That's right.
Hey.
Now let's get this.
The
Let's
privacy
go.
of your car. Look, when that cop came up to you and said, look, I need you to blow into this. Hey.
Hey!
He was very interested.
Pretty
He was
cooperative.
very,
I'm just,
very
I'm going to stay out of this
Very
conversation outside of saying, wash the beard.
Yeah, I'd be like, Dusty, what did you blow? He's like, I don't know, 9.
Oh.
Wow.
It was like, I don't know, it was like 8.5, 8.5, 9, somewhere around there.
You know, I saw something really, right?
414.
Yeah, that thing should have been classified as
0414.
weapon of mass destruction. Now, look, listen, I saw something very interesting.
All right,
Of course, I
promo.
wouldn't buy it because it's like $70, $80. I would need
Number
one.
30.
But have you heard this thing called the Hydro Bathmate? Is Bathmate Hydro Penis Enlarger? What?
No.
Dude, you gotta check
No,
it
I don't look stuff
I don't
like
even
that.
want to know. I'm not
I don't-
even.
And you
I don't
just
look stuff
lied to
like
all
that
the
up.
audience saying
Well,
you
no.
don't need that.
No.
Right.
Listen.
Like, I'm curious to know how he's going to clean this one.
Hold on, I'll be right with you. Who have we got?
Go.
You
Oh,
have
my
to
sister
be-
Carolyn, how you doing? PP's here. Debbie Devine. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? It's gonna be a terrific show. They're gonna be talking about a vampire, this vampire guy. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm the vampire guy, right?
Keep popping up.
Sit there.
But the thing is, it's like something like
Just keep
No.
your garlic away.
Need, like,
Can you?
batteries,
I know you keep hearing this voice. Say to make sure.
Disembodied voice. I'm the disembodied voice that messes with Ron. We know when he's working.
Yes.
So are the
I
ads?
messed
So
with
that's the voice. So start. See, I'm not. You were the one that said, "Oh, I hear this voice. I hear this voice."
He's
So
not
I
going
gotta take
crazy.
I gotta take more medication. I hear this voice. You don't have to take it. There he is. There's the voice.
I think it got-
I'm the voice. I mess with him. It's all right.
There it is.
Jalapeno poppers.
I let him do that. That's all. It's all right.
Hydropenis
So listen,
pump.
I'm gonna-
That's
I'll be
my
back. I gotta do work here. I gotta do work. But listen to the show. I'll be right with you. Just hold
Law
on.
enforcement, so he could have been.
I'm way out.
I'm just saying, he could have been. He
Hold
could
on.
have been looking up certain policies according to the penal code. I'm
Hey.
just saying.
Well, just
I'm
let-
giving him. I'm giving. I'm throwing him a bone. I'm throwing him a bone. Okay.
Thank God. Well, listen,
Okay.
guys, here on Speak Your Mind, we always have fun, and I don't know if our guest is on the phone or not, but
Yes.
this guy is very
Yes, they are. Both guests are.
Our guest name, by the way, I know we didn't really do a ton of research, and forgive us, Douglas Robinson, but
He's
we
on right
didn't
now.
have a ton of time to do
He's
research
on.
on you. However, we have done some, so we're very
Right.
interested in hearing
Oh, the vampire guy. Yeah, I'm
a
interested.
lot about your experiences and
Vampire.
what you have to tell everybody. Believe it or not, I'm going to start by saying this. So you're gonna love me in this show because I'm always the one that likes to come from the perspective of our special guest, and everybody has thought once or twice about the existence of vampires.
Not me.
I don't care.
Not me.
I don't care
Not
if you
me.
have a such thing as a vampire bat,
Please.
and it's
It's a
It
fruit.
is.
It's a fruit bat. Give me a break.
a vampire
Come on.
bat, which is
Yeah, they suck
legal-
blood.
not so much legal, excuse me, which is a
Technically.
technical
Technically, yes.
terminology for
Yeah.
an
A bloodsucker.
an existence of an animal, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know what to call them, animals, right? They're saying
Yeah, a raw flying rodent.
Okay, rodent.
It has wings.
As to be rodents, but anyway,
No, they're the undead.
they
So I mean,
exist.
if we're talking blood-sucking vampires, it sounds like you know my
Okay.
ex, man. How'd you
how
meet her?
about that's
Listen,
a good one.
listen.
I bribed them with fruits and
How about-
bananas to
how about
come out of the
Texas?
cave.
How about
The
Texas?
undead.
Okay, but listen.
Hey, Val, what's up, babe?
Cheetos.
Val told us round of applause. Round
Second
round of applause.
Chupacabras.
I'm a
There's a
applause.
theory that chupacabras exist.
All these buttons, I don't know what to
Let's
No, Count Chocolate is
Let's go
we're
ahead and
depicting,
bring
you know,
I'm just
a pimp.
joking.
our special guest, Douglas Robinson.
Douglas
Can we-
Robinson,
can we
you're
bring-
on
can we
the
bring
air.
Douglas in, please.
He's on right now.
Doug, how are you, man? You're on Speak Your Mind.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
How you doing?
I'm very well.
So,
Hi, Douglas. How are you?
hey,
Hi.
Two of them.
Well, come on, guys. We're lagging here tonight. Hi,
Let's talk
Douglas.
about vampiric people to get us off to a start.
Yes.
Oh, you
Those
listen to
people
this
have
guy.
Dracula on the brain.
I
Right,
do.
that's correct.
You think about a vampire. All the movies that you've ever seen, all the Dracula movies that you've ever seen, and stuff like that. It doesn't work that way.
Well, Dracula was a real person, though.
Yes.
Well, you're talking about
Flat taps.
Vlad the Impaler.
Vladimir, yes.
That.
Yes.
What I did, I looked at these people for so long and prayed about them for so long, and thought about them for so long, it finally clicked. In 1983, I took a little fiction writing class that summer, and as part of the fiction writing class, you write 2 little short stories and they're critiqued and you go your merry way. Well, essentially, the second short story that I wrote in this little class was the ending of what would later become Silently Comes the Night, the first novel-length story of this series. It involves a vampiric girl by the name of Macon.
Mics were going out. I don't know what the hell
She's
is wrong.
involved with a young man, Thomas, who at first he does not know who and what she really is. And he finds out.
What?
Yeah, I
At the
seen
end of the
that.
first story, he's exposed to her blood, and in the second story, he is becoming vampiric himself.
Wait a minute.
I alter the spelling a little bit because I'm trying to relay a little different from a living person, not undead.
Vampire.
And you remove all the occultic elements that go around what people think a quote vampire unquote is.
Oh, I'm
What-
terrible.
Person who has to drink blood to live, and that's where I started.
I love this
Pretty much is
guy.
what we're talking
I love this guy. I'm right. I fucking got it.
Technically, drinking blood is cannibalism. Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah, I mean,
Woo!
people's depiction
Oh, my
of
God.
a vampire is
Frank Sinatra.
flies with wings when he wants to, and then puts his teeth into you, sucks your blood, you become a vampire. I mean, it's
And also,
Yeah.
has kind of a
Let's see.
extreme hindrance to the sunlight, which
Right.
means that if the sun hits you, then you would disintegrate into dust and ashes. So
but that's not
And
true.
also-
But that's
also-
The modern terminology is they sparkle in the
right.
sun.
I saw Twilight.
they sparkle.
Bet
You
you
got
did.
to Twilight.
Yes, I seen every one of them.
This is we're going to a go. I'm playing cool songs. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second.
I mean, when the sun hit you,
Speaking of wolves, you actually have, I guess you
That's a
have a
good song.
logo that depicts
That's a good
wolf,
song.
right?
That's a good song.
Yes.
So
1 minute.
What's the relation here? Now we're getting ready to go to a break here. So if you could just kind of sum that up real quick before we do. But so you obviously have some kind
Hello?
of not favorite.
Oh, you're here.
You believe in
No, so
the existence
that's
of
a little
vampires, and you
joke.
also believe in the wolf.
Ish.
And
Here we go.
I guess it would be something like a werewolf, because a wolf and a werewolf are not the same
1930.
thing. So
Here we go.
do
Go
you
on.
believe in werewolves as well?
Now, this is on the logo for Silently Publishing is a normal wolf
Mhm.
that is howling, and below is the caption.
She's
without
20 after
love,
usually
nothing
do
changes.
1930, hit the
So
19
largely, I'm
after in 30
bringing
seconds.
together
But
an
since he
element
brought
of the
in
night,
the meat of
and,
this, I'm gonna let it ride just a little bit.
God's
Just a little
world,
bit.
where love controls everything.
And you are a proclaimed Christian as well, correct? I read that.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I used to own a wolf. I actually purchased my wolf out of Pennsylvania. But not being for real, I owned a wolf. It was a timber wolf, my favorite animal. But we won't talk about that. We'll be right back with our guest. Are vampires real? Here on WCBM 680 Talk Radio, I'm Jimmy Zane.
His name's Doug, man.
If you snore, you may have sleep apnea. But Dr. Damian Blum of Maryland Sleep Solutions in Ellicott City has a simple solution, and it's not the cumbersome CPAP mask. Dr. Damian Blum will fit you with a custom-fit mouthpiece like the one he made for me because I have sleep apnea. Make an appointment to see Dr. Damian Blum at 1-844-SLEEP.
Oh, 1 second. I got to get that Dr. Ray commercial in. Hold on.
Constantly clearing your throat and snoring, you may have sleep apnea.
I got to get the Dr. Ray commercial in. Hold on.
Memory problems, even sudden death. Also, there's a connection to
And this is one of you all see that side of electronics, but I also deal with the other side of electronics that you can't even see.
American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. Most health insurances are accepted, including in-network providers for Blue Cross Blue Shield and Medicare. Call Dr. Damian Blum at Maryland Sleep Solutions at 1-844-SLEEP-MD. That's 1-844-753-3763. It just might save your life. I'm convinced it saved mine.
You just got a DUI and you're waiting for your trial? Or you've been sentenced and are ordered to find a program that don't have money or insurance? Then let me tell you about Dr. Wright's program. Dr. Wright's program is for people who can't afford a program. There are no fees for his classes. Dr. Wright can assist you with DUI and drug evaluation, substance abuse class, community service, aftercare program, letters to the courts, and reports for your attorney. Dr. Wright has been teaching alcohol and drug education for 42 years and has 40 years with the AEP DUI Alpha program. His 14 published books reflect his previous work with undercover narcotics and the federal DUI unit. Dr. Wright also has free burial services at the Memorial Gardens on the church premises, helping the indigent families of deceased addicts. If you can't find a way out, then find this way in. Call Dr. Wright for an appointment at 410-288-1399. That's 410-288-1399. Yes, this is the right move.
I ordered some Anvil 400 from losing
Yeah, it's good. That was good.
Really quickly. Some of the fans
Thanks.
I knew that was you.
I make commercials for the Ron Savage show all the time. I love doing it. I like a voice, got crazy shit in the back. It's freaking great. It's freaking great.
It was a great commercial.
That's so cool. Your commercial on there. Oh, well, thank you, Carolyn. Thank you for here. Tell him what he just told me something. You're never gonna.
He made the best commercial.
I started taking it.
I can't imagine any commercial or anything else that this man is doing. It's going to be the best.
And I had more.
Now you heard it.
You too want to lose belly fat, gain energy.
I gotta watch.
feel 20 years
I gotta
older.
watch.
Try Anvil 400, the safe, natural, and affordable way to boost your testosterone.
Can't wait to
Go to Anvil400.com or call 888-400-0435. That's 888-400-0435.
You can have an amazing.
That's it. See that? See, I got all the stuff I gotta do. See all the stuff I gotta do.
Cabinet refacing from John Hagee Remodel.
I forgot what I was
Your
doing.
kitchen will look brand new without all the
Oh,
time,
yes.
mess, and cost of tearing everything
Wait a
out.
minute.
The John Hagee professionals will handle the whole project. Countertops, flooring. You can even bring the inside of your cabinets up to date with new drawers, roll-out trays, and more, all from the winner of many awards for craftsmanship and customer service.
Okay.
Call John Hagee Remodeling now and get
paperwork
half off
goes.
savings. Save half off the cost of refacing
Bada
either
bing.
your base or wall cabinets.
Okay,
whichever
here, watch
is
this song.
less. Call 410
Watch this song.
329-1002. That's 329-1002 or online at
It's
johnhagee.com.
it's the Miracles
That's
called "Going to a Go Go." It's an older
JOHNHAGEE.com.
song, but it's you always hear it like in some parts parts of these crazy movies, you know what I mean? But it's a good song. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I promise.
Kitchen remodeling, bath remodeling, additions, windows, and doors. John Hagee Remodeling, building excellence for over 40 years.
No. You saw me. You saw me. That's what I'm here. I'm doing it. Thank you for your concern.
Now more of Speak Your Mind with Derek Stroman and Jimmy Zane on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
All right, guys, welcome back to Speak Your Mind here on WCBM 680 Talk Radio. And we got Doug on the phone. He is an author of the book. What's that book called again, Derek?
Well, I don't actually have the book name. What's the name of your book again, Doug?
Okay, the name of the series is the Silently series. The first one is called.
You know that we're booking freaking right.
The second one is called.
You can't make this shit up. This is a live show. Woo!
It's a series of books.
I'm dying. Are you? I'm dying.
From your interpretation is not quite what you typically understand as a vampire.
Hey, boy.
Joe the Vampire Man.
Surprisingly fresh. And all that other shit they say.
Or live forever unless their heads are cut off, or what is it?
Stake to the heart.
Stake to the heart. And garlic affects them.
Holy
water. Holy water. So
you don't even have to be a vampire for garlic to affect you. I mean, I had a girlfriend.
Do all these myths? Do they coincide in any way to your depiction of what a vampire is?
Back in the day, the only vampire show I ever watched. I started having very bad dreams when I was about 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
7 or 8 years old, and we lived in Chicago at the time. I didn't really see vampire until we moved to Alabama.
There you go in that.
And I saw the Gothic show Dark Shadows that people will remember.
Mm-hmm.
Great show.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't afraid. I mostly cried because the depiction of him in that theory, I cared. And I guess that started looking at it a little deeper and thinking about it. But like I said, in 1983, after I finished the little fiction writing class, over the next 2 months, I continued to see it. And I saw what would become a series, 16 novel-length stories regarding Macon and her relationship with this young man.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a lot of information in a very short time, and just bang, there it is.
Right.
We got 2 minutes. Bottom of the hour.
When you remove the Gothic and so-called supernatural elements from around these people, you're largely looking at people that have to drink blood to live. And that's how I approach them.
The drinking of the blood, that definitely intrigued me here. And you talk a lot about that, and even just your bio alone. It mentions a lot about the drinking of the blood, but there's some significance to that. And so vampire or no vampire, or what we understand from mythology as what vampires are. There are actual people that do drink human blood. And before you elaborate on that, is it, people out there listening to the show right now, I just want to thank everybody for listening to the Speak Your Mind show, but a lot of people are like, oh, come on, guys, this is far-fetched, this is supernatural, this is fictional, that doesn't exist. But there's a lot of people out there that like to eat raw meat, okay, which has a lot of blood in it. And granted, we're talking about cows,
rare steak or whatever,
things of that nature,
right?
Things of that nature. But is there any relation? I mean,
I love rare steak.
Frank with me here. Is there any relation?
Now, when I was praying about this, the Lord gave me 2 scriptures,
mm-hmm.
and one of them is in the book of Joel, 2, verse 2. It talks about a day of darkness, clouds, gloominess, and thick darkness. If you look at those four aspects, I think that those are the aspects that it anchors to. The other thing to say is that there are many, many more human blood drinkers than what I call true vampiric ones.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that a person is vampiric, the way that I interpreted it, it means that this person has gone through a very profound change in their body. It's actually called the change. And once you go through the change, your body has realigned to make you a blood drinker. Now, I say that there are many, many more human blood drinkers than true vampiric ones. That means...
Yeah, but your body can't survive off of just blood, though. It's impossible. Your blood cannot.
A human body can't. That is true.
Right.
I hope they're immune to AIDS.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. There's being honest. I mean,
yeah.
Drinking blood, who could be diseased and stuff like that.
Before we go to break, before Jimmy, you take us out. We do have Bill Hartley in the studio and Carissa Fleck. Bill Hartley's from Destination America. That series called Ghosts of Shepherdstown. He's a paranormal investigator. When we come back, I'd like to ask Bill a couple questions about how he feels about what we're talking about, and is there any relation to the paranormal and the?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Yes, definitely.
and what we're talking about. So, thanks for listening, everybody out there, to Speak Your Mind on Talk Radio WCBM 680, and we'll be right back.
High pressure builds in. We are looking at a drier end of the weekend as low pressure drifts farther eastward. You see skies trending mainly clear overnight.
Wow.
The upper 50s. Not a bad way to round up.
What else we got? Oh, look at this.
Highs, low 80s.
The Lauren Longfiles wardrobe with Lauren Longfiles wardrobe. Looks very good. Thanks, Carolyn. That's really good. Hey, Dave Harmon joined us. What's going on, babe? All right.
Talk Radio 680. WCBM.
In honor of our nation's independence, the Licensed Doctor of Men's Health LTD want to give you independence from your ED, so you no longer hear this at night.
It's okay. We can just watch TV. Well, maybe we could try this weekend.
Don't be that guy. Get your independence from your ED. Come into the clinic between now and July 31st, and the office visit is only $149.
Guys, it's been a while since I've done one of this. I've been at home for the past few weeks, but guys,
say something, please. I'm looking at my commercial.
Of course.
And like all of you out
This
there,
guest
I
is
had
full of
problems
shit.
sleeping.
I have.
I would flip
God, I just want to. If I could smack somebody and reach through this mic, I would. This guy's so fucking full of shit. Enjoy the rest of the show.
See that?
Regardless of sleep position.
I told you it's going to be a freaking great show. I told you it's going to be a great show. Oh my
It's not
God.
about how much time we spend in bed. It's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose.
Hey, for a limited time, Mike will give WCBM listeners 50% off of 2 MyPillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Radio 4-Pack special, and enter the code WCBM. Again, go to MyPillow.com and enter the promo code WCBM.
Have a financial question? Talk Radio 680 WCBM is the best equipped station in the Baltimore market to provide answers. Each week, WCBM provides financial shows that have honest, direct answers. Every Monday, there's Gil Kuna with On the Money. Wednesdays, Money, Riches, and Wealth. Thursdays, Tim Hurst. For more shows, check out Wealth Without Risk, Retirement Money Talk with the Power Trading Radio. Financial advice you can use on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Yeah, 95, 96 tears.
Too many teardrops for one heart to be crying. Too many teardrops for one heart.
Now more of Speak Your Mind with Derek Stroman and Jimmy Davis on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
All right, guys, welcome back to Speak Your Mind here on WCBM 680 Talk Radio. We got Bill and Carissa in the studio. And
Hello.
Bill is a paranormal investigator. Chris is a medium. and I'm actually alive right now. She hasn't bored me to death. But
the first time in the studio, she did.
Yeah, I know, right? That's sad. I don't even remember. Right. I just remember waking up in the hospital going, what the hell happened?
Now you know.
Well, right. So, Bill, Derek was saying, what's your input on this? Because
I was thinking, listening to what he was saying, I mean, taking away the overall myth of vampirism and what Bram Stoker has taught us and everything else, and even what Twilight has taught us. I know it's your favorite. But there is a certain culture that embraces the vampire life to a point of acts of sex.
I like vampires.
They get into
Bloody Mary,
goth feel. They do bloodletting, and they ingest blood while they're in their acts of sex or violence or a mix of both. So, I mean, I can see to a point what he's talking about. I don't think necessarily.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie that there was a girl that I was with for a while that loved it when I would bite her and draw blood.
I know it.
And it actually turned me on. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Then I tried it on my other girlfriend, and
she wasn't
did
with
a couple years in jail. No,
she smacked
no, I didn't even ask her that. But I'm not going to lie. The one girl was like, she's like, bite me and draw blood. I'm looking at her like she's crazy.
Right.
I'm like, let's give it a shot.
and go ahead,
But
Bill.
the paranormal and the supernatural, and I mean, they all sort of link together in some way or another. I mean, even the overall myth of Dracula himself.
Right.
This mythical figure who can turn into vapor or can turn into a wolf or a bat. It still kind of ties in a little bit when you think about the paranormal.
And then when you really dig deep into it in New Orleans, I know it's a big thing that they believe in vampires still.
That's right. New Orleans,
witchcraft, a lot of witchcraft,
but also vampires.
Voodoo.
But they have a lot of stories about vampires. I spent some time in New Orleans and I talked to some of the locals, and there's a lot of local legends about these strange, attractive men that come out at night, and the next thing you know, there's dead women.
Well, Doug. So a lot of people, and I have to make sure everybody knows this. That you are a very educated man. According to your bio, you went to the University of UAB, correct? And
yes, sir, I did.
Yeah, and what did you actually study at UAB?
Well, I mean, I had largely I got my computer degree. And I've also got a degree in education, like I could teach school.
Oh, you can teach. You can become a teacher in school, correct?
I was a secondary education, 7th grade through 11th grade for a while. But unfortunately, as a teacher, I couldn't make enough money to live. So I had to
teachers don't get paid a lot. And I've always disagreed with that.
The true unsung heroes.
Yeah, they are the real unsung heroes. And as I look across at you, Bill, I can see that we made a connection right there because even when I was going to school when I was young, I just felt I just never understood why teachers were so underpaid. But
that's.
I'm coming back to see what else anybody wrote. 410-922-6680. 410-922-6680.
Brought to light, like a story of what made them the
That's right in
they
it.
are today.
Transylvania,
410
people carry around a bunch of
92
theories, and
668.
I've seen some of the role-playing games.
It's hard to type when you're typing like this. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's it.
God cursed Cain, but
So-called.
this is nothing like how I think it came to pass.
There it is. 410-922-6680. So call. Very good. Hey,
in Isaiah, where the aspect
we're all
of
having
God
a great time here.
Jehovah,
Listen to this vampire guy. You're gonna die.
Can create darkness and form the light also. Now, we're not talking about personal God as we know in the New Testament, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. This is an aspect of God that works like a generator. And you get out of it what you put into it. And my underlying theory of all of this is if seeds of darkness were sown, then you get more seed out of darkness than what you started with. It's like me going to my back porch and throwing corn all over my backyard.
But
a lot of corn.
You're talking evil though, and this is always the not so much argument, but where I get into midstream debate with people. Everybody likes to classify things once we've made a depiction that it is bad. However, I believe a little bit different. I think that even if that is something that exists, like you proclaim, some of the existence of these entities are good. I mean, how does that make sense? Or anything that is
Well, I feel the
thrives
same
on
way.
blood? Yeah. So
How
you
can
get
you
my point.
say that something's good or bad without understanding them?
Without, thank you, Chris.
because
that's the only point I'm making. That's the only point I'm making.
Like we've said before, me and Derek have said this. If you believe in something, it's like, for instance, Santa Claus. People go, Santa Claus isn't real. Well, actually, it's real. You see him on the corners in Christmas time.
Saint Nicholas was an actual real figure, though.
Right, but I'm saying is,
exactly.
What I'm saying is, if we believe in it long enough and create it, it becomes real.
real.
And we've always said that.
True. And then sometimes that isn't the case because the Vatican, the Christian hierarchy actually has records.
Derek, bringing that on this.
See, I was gonna say.
So here's the thing.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. If you really have, or somewhat, a lot of things that rule out, some sort of con.
I'm right there with you. Don't worry about it. Matt Reed's on there. Wait a second.
If it's deemed real, if it's factual,
They're talking.
based,
They're going back and forth. I gotta fuck around with this.
You can. It's your opinion. You can. You can try. You can
even if it's
disagree.
right,
You can
even if
debate
it's
it.
your opinion or not, it's like, okay, if there's proof that demonic possession has been.
Well, if you go to Barnes and Noble,
But what is proof these days?
Exactly.
What is proof?
What is creditable proof?
Exactly, but that's what I'm trying to exactly shed to the light, bring to the light. is
And
the
Annette,
fact
what do you
that-
think? What do you think, Annette? Let's hear what you guys say
You
about
know
this.
I've been listening. When I'm writing, I'm on their side of. So you're on one side of the fence looking in, but when I'm writing, I'm on their side of the fence looking out. And just like the human population, you got some really good ones and really, really bad ones, and everybody else.
Well, you can't have good after bad.
So you agree. You actually agree with my earlier statement, Doug. So yeah.
Their population is, just like human population. You got some really good ones, some really bad ones, and everybody else is just trying to live.
They cut us cutting it off.
Watch this. I get into this conversation, and Annette, I want you to continue your
What did
thoughts
Annette
as well,
say?
but, I get into this conversation with the guys on the panel and just people in the streets all the time, about what we think, is good and what we think is bad. And a lot of it is opinion based. People think, okay, that's good. And some people think that's bad. But, in this case, it just depends. It depends on what personality. And also we have this kind of belief that we think that we are the supreme beings, period. And everything else is just, insignificant.
Well, Annette comes across a lot of people. So she sees a lot, hears a lot. I mean, she helps with books. So I know Annette's got to have input on it.
She was about to say something, but
say Annette.
I used to have my own.
Gotcha, Annette. Don't worry about it. I got this guy.
I've actually come across other people that said that they were vampires, and they were very reluctant to talk about it. But this is what I was thinking at that time. And I think that Carissa might back me up on this. There are people that are energetic vampires, that they take your energy, and it's a psychic thing.
Yep.
But these people were saying that they drink blood, but they were saying that they were not immortal. But on one level, there's a part of me that thinks this is kind of a glamorous thing to say you are. Vampires are all pretty sexy. They're all dressed with the gothic clothes. No one wants to be a
Yes, they are.
werewolf.
Thank you, Annette.
But I don't believe in it. I'm very intrigued by it. But I have run across people before that said that they were vampires and they lived a vampiric lifestyle. And I was really intrigued with Douglas Robinson and what he had to say about it. and how all of this developed, because what I'm hearing him say is kind of like his books, he channeled them. Like he didn't really sit and think about them and concoct these stories. He's saying that these stories came through him.
Yeah, but you know what though? And that this story, as intriguing as it is, it actually, you know, gave me it sparked an interest for me to like pretty much do my diligence on it. And
sounds good.
It's actually, I'd say, like in the early 1800s.
I think he is from West Virginia.
You know, as science,
and he said he was a teacher.
Something from
where Mayberry,
like scientists from
that's what Matt says.
Croatia, Georgia, Russia, Ukraine, all over the Ukraine.
He said, I didn't know. He says he's a teacher, right? But he also says that
that were
I didn't stay in that profession very long. I didn't do well. I guess not.
Final resting place that were unearthed. But I'm saying it was no way that they could prove.
Oh, that's right.
Like it was almost like it was proven that something or something dug its way out as far as how the graves were unearthed. You know what I mean? How they would.
You
see what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, okay, but what would make these signs like if these types of beings really didn't exist, what would make a scientist actually want to pick up very valve and say, you know what, I really want to, like, no, I wouldn't even waste my time. It's a waste of funding.
We have a lot of creatures that exist that thrive
exactly.
off of blood.
Exactly.
How far-fetched can it possibly be?
But you know what?
You gotta understand something. It's because the body, like, drink blood or crave blood for the iron and the nutrients in the blood. We do not drink blood.
But did you But see, here's the thing. Did you actually?
That's why we eat steak.
Did you actually research that? Because if you researched it, then it'll tell you that there's a chemical in human blood called like GD11 or GT14 or something that enhances memory.
Do you know?
It's the actual chemical,
but it's not in human blood.
It is in human blood.
That chemical is found in animal blood.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir. This is in the human blood. So,
well, if that's the case, why the hell don't we just drink our own blood?
Everybody, but see, here's the.
I do.
Sometimes you do.
All right, well, let's go from another aspect. Right? When you, I'm going to stay within the lane of the topic. When you delve into biochemical warfare and germ warfare, and let's just say if you have a elite group of scientists conducting experiments on soldiers or whatever, okay,
yeah,
what do you get when you splice? Who's to say that, you know what I mean, that they're really,
you don't know.
Anything is probable.
All right, you can't take a goat and mate it with a fox.
Hey, another Matt joined again.
It's called the Chupacabra. I don't know if I'm.
How you doing, Matt? How you doing, Matt?
Right? That sucks blood
in Mexico.
Not just animals.
We're gonna love this.
Not just
They're
animals.
talking about vampires,
They
Matt.
migrated.
Can you believe it?
That's a myth.
But here's the thing: there's been traces of
vampires.
You really can't say something that is if you like.
Oh
you
my
would
God!
Really like.
I mean, it's like the Tasmanian devil.
Well, let me ask
Tasmanian
you this.
devil.
2 minutes break.
But it's not like what you see on Roadrunner, for Christ's sake.
Are you still with us, Doug?
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
Oh, he's still with us. He's still this guy. This guy.
This is only an hour show, and we're nearing the back end of the show. So I want to bring it back to you. Okay, so let's talk about the way the vampires, or the vampires that we understand as vampires, that thrive off of blood. They use fangs, correct? And are they supposed to? How does that work? Do they drink blood through the fangs, or you understand what I'm saying? Like, from my understanding, it was something that they use. The fangs are like funnels that
the fangs have holes which goes into their bloodstream. That's correct.
That goes into their bloodstream. Now, obviously, you don't believe in that, but
the vampiric people that I write about, they don't have fangs.
Okay.
Withdraw blood like with a razor blade or hypodermic needle or.
So that That's what Bill's talking about. So basically, what I'm trying to do is just trying to. I'm trying to.
Jay and the technicians are coming up. Apple, peaches, pumpkin pie. That's a good song too. Hold on 1 second. Just hold on 1 second while I go ahead and do this.
Our depiction of the fictional kind of vampire. You're talking about people that that are vampires.
Like the ones that go to the clubs and the sexual
human blood.
kinky.
Well, that club in Baltimore was real big with Orpheus. I used to go there. All the time. A lot of big gothic people there. Guys claiming that they're vampires, and you walk around with these cosmetic fangs. Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah.
9 teeth.
Yeah, well,
I'll sponsor that place.
right. Great place, Orpheus. I love that place. Have canines. That's true. Hey, listen, guys. You're listening to Speak Your Mind here on WCBM 680 Talk Radio. I'm Jimmy Z. We'll be right back after these messages. Stick around.
Sean Casey here. Have you been thinking about
Apple Bow's a good freaking song.
Yeah, I got a solution
Good
for you
song.
that'll make the process a whole lot easier.
Always the
All
best
you
song.
need to do is call my realtor, Vinny Steele, with Remax coupons. Here's how Vinny has become one of the top realtors in the area. Vinny and his team sold over 250 homes last year, while the average agent sells only 6. Vinny creates demand immediately with over 5,000 home buyers in his exclusive database. This gives Vinny the resources that other agents just don't have. This is how Vinny sells homes nearly twice as fast as the average agent and gets 5% more money than the average agent. Vinny is the expert in pre-marketing your home before it even gets listed. He may already have a buyer waiting for you. So call the realtor I would trust to sell my home. That's Vinny Steele at 1-800-834-VINNY. That's 1-800-834-VINNY. Or go to VinnyHasTheBuyers.com.
Ron Savage commercial.
VinnyHasTheBuyers.com.
You just got a DUI and you're waiting for your trial? Or you've been sentenced and are ordered to find a program that don't have money or insurance? Then let me tell you about Dr. Wright's
My commercial!
program is for people who can't afford a program. There are no fees for his classes.
Oh my
Dr.
God,
Wright
this
can
is
assist
terrific.
you with
New
DUI
voice of the
and drug
radio.
evaluation,
There's somebody named Matt
class, community service,
Castanini.
program,
Who is
letters
that?
to the courts,
Where do I know
and
that
reports
name
for your
from?
team.
I'm kidding, Matt. How you doing, baby?
Drug education for 42
I already asked
years
him before,
and has
but I was
40 years with the AEP DUI Alpha program. His 14 published books reflect his previous work with undercover narcotics and the federal DUI unit. Dr. Wright also has free burial services at the Memorial Gardens on the church premises, helping the indigent families of deceased addicts. If you can't find a way out, then find this way in. Call Dr. Wright for an appointment at 410-288-1399. That's 410-288-1399.
Tell them the manager's name is Joe Rounds.
This is the
Joe
right
Rounds.
move.
Listen every Sunday from 6:05
Yeah,
to
Joe Rounds.
6:20 a.m. for a broadcast from the internationally known St. Jude Shrine in
Yeah, that
Baltimore.
Joe
St.
Rounds.
Jude is the patron saint of despair and homeless patients.
His name is Joe Rounds. Yeah, I know the guy real well.
On WCBM.
Yes, Sam Club.
Wish I had someone to talk to. I'm in an awful way.
And now more of Speak Your Mind with Derek Stroman and Jimmy Zane on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
All right, guys, welcome back to Speak Your Mind here on WCBM 680 Talk Radio. We've been having this great conversation about vampires and what people think of vampires and just going around about it. But my thoughts is this, man. If people can say that they're this, and in their mind they're going to believe they're this, but in reality, it's because something sparked their mind from something that they saw. Just like the Bible is the greatest story ever told, but there was a story told just like the Bible way before Jesus was born. So I mean, it's just it's following one story.
I got to look for another good song.
Think about it. Actually,
Won't be very
is
hard for you, Ron.
spurred off from Vlad the Impaler,
right?
Which
Yes.
inspired Bram Stoker's novel about
Right,
Dracula.
Dracula, that's correct,
And that
right.
has been the catalyst and the fuel for vampirism and the movement of the vampirism.
And as the
since
years
the
go
book was
on,
written.
it
Well, Vlad was a
transforms.
cannibal.
It's evolved. It's changed.
But you know what? You know what? what I just read actually ties in to part of that culture that Vlad and his people knew. They knew before our scientists even discovered GDF-11. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why they drank. That's why they had those practices. Even though act of war, whatever. Sometimes you can't rely on your carnal knowledge.
But Vlad was a cannibal. Vlad was a cannibal.
The other night I woke up and
He
I had
wasn't just
these,
a cannibal.
these two
This man was a
kosher
house-
Looking for
wings in
song.
my
Hold
hand,
on, I'm looking for
and,
song.
I felt a little weak, and I'm telling you, I
Where's
think
Tom?
it was a vampire.
All right, but
He's
see,
looking
here's
for
the
a
thing,
good
here's the
song
thing. This guy,
because it's an ending song.
Okay,
He's got to
I'm trying to find some vampire guy. I'm gonna blow him out the water is what I want to do.
Don't see. Here's the thing. Sometimes we got to step outside our modernized or Americanized
I
brain.
don't believe nothing.
Here's the thing, right? Sometimes we got to step outside of our Americanized
Yeah,
brain, right?
Exactly.
There are countries, third world countries, that do not use modern medicine. Why? It's not okay, so that's just that.
Vladimir didn't drink blood
think
because
about
he
it
knew
then.
what we. I
No.
mean,
Didn't he do
Why
that
didn't
when
he?
he vanquishes
Well, what about all this
foes?
stories?
He drink their blood.
How do
as
we
a-
know this?
A way of saying I've conquered you.
How do we
right,
know
that's
this?
exactly what it
And
was.
the Impaler Park
But
Dance
then you
Together.
also
hung
have-
their heads and drank their blood.
Real quick,
Conquer,
Doug,
right.
Doug, are you still with us?
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
Do you have a respect?
How about Bad Moon Rise by CCR? Huh? There's a bad moon on the rise.
Gotta love Creedence.
What
hell
are you
yeah.
talking about? What's why take so much of your time and your life and divulge it into this? Is there a respect?
That's a
you have
good
for
question. That's a
Very
great
good.
question.
When I saw that they were alone, and nobody cared whether they lived or died, and somebody had to love them, I figured, well, it might as well be me.
Are you kidding me?
In my perspective of all of this, if you try to look for them logically and say that, well, they drank blood because of this, this, and this, and you look for some physical cause, you're not going to see them.
Where's my
Doug, are
fucking?
you being serious? You
See,
Here it is, fucking
the
guy.
devil uses this vampire thing to mess up humanity, and it works. So most of this is him just trying to make himself look
Where's my
good.
wiki chant?
But if you look for the suffering and the people behind it,
I swear to God.
they do suffer greatly, and they're very lonely. And if you look for the person
Lost in
behind
space.
the facade,
Lost in
are
space.
Lost in
a
space.
totally different picture.
And thank you for that. I'm so glad that you were just blatantly honest about that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you can be ridiculed for your statements, and
Mary
cultures are so different all over this gigantic earth.
It's like blowing
And
the bell.
everybody, us here in our brand new society that we call the United States of America, we just all here. We just think we
Exactly,
got it
because
right.
exactly
We got
because
it right.
there are
Everybody else got
cultures-
it wrong.
Exactly.
We got it right.
Those
It's-
other countries,
it's
this
something.
country is still
It really
an infant.
Hey, Doug,
It's
what do you
still
think about
an infant.
transgenders?
Let me just also point out that if you're looking to approach them, like I say, without love, nothing changes. And so I'll just make a comment that caring for somebody and having compassion on them.
Transgenders!
No matter who they are, even if they're transgenders.
Well, I think you should look at people and care.
Well, that I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people who are Christians make fun of people like that.
Well, gays.
1 minute heartbreak.
Alternative lifestyles in general, but it's all the same. It's you quack like a duck and it just makes you look dumb.
Hey, if you're a transgender vampire, I'm just wondering, would you be count?
Hey, can you tell people? Maybe you can give a website before we get off the show here. We're about to wrap this particular episode up. Thank you so much for speaking on the show.
Well, thank you for having me. Look for the Silently series storyline. In my name, you can find the books on Amazon or Kindle.
Awesome. That is great.
And I just want to let everybody know
I'm gonna
that
have Megan read
we
it to
are
me.
going to be extending this show here real soon. We'll be bringing in Bill Hartley and Carissa Fleck. And they will be talking a lot of paranormal. And we just want to know who all out there will be interested in a show like that. And
Right.
You know, stay tuned.
And we want to discuss, you know, not just the aspects of paranormal, but the people who've actually had paranormal experiences.
Let's bring on a vampire.
Yes, we extended out.
Yeah.
There you go. Caught accidentally.
Yeah.
I was doing a statement.
Then you got to bring it in.
There you go.
You gotta
That's
do
next
it.
week's episode.
Look out for Ron Savage. He's got a special surprise for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Bye for listening to Speak Your Mind here on WCBM 680. I am Jimmy Zane. Until next time, see ya. Find it!
Stay connected with stimulating talk and
Perfect. Watch the timing on this, guys.
680 WCBM, Baltimore, and WCBM.com.
Bam! Ah!
Show of force against North
When you're fucking good, you're good.
Yeah,
and Ron Savage is the best.
How about that? Everybody's like, oh, Dio. Woo! Hey, look, everybody, thanks a lot for watching the show and listening to the show. And always, every Saturday night at 12 o'clock, come join us. Come join me. All of us at Speak Your Mind. We got a great family here. Look, there's Derek Stroman.
Celebrating with his generals afterwards, he pronounced
Say
himself
bye.
greatly satisfied.
Say bye, Derek. Say bye. Say he's there. He's going to say bye. He says bye.
Hey, everyone's saying bye.
Wait a minute. This show is so
want to suck your
I know.
blood.
Hey, it's got the vampire. Everybody run with their freaking garlic.
Here I come. Don't fall asleep too
don't fall
soon because I'm
asleep.
coming.
That's right. Medium rare, not rare, because they'll smell it, you know.
Yes. I want to suck your blood. Hey, good show. Hey, all jokes aside, thanks, Doug Robinson. Thanks, Annette. Thanks, all the viewers that watch. Ron Savage doing his thing and listening to the Speak Your Mind show. Episode number 5, 7. Do it the other way. 5, 7. Oh! Appreciate you guys. Love you. Have a good night. Be safe. Have a great weekend.
That's right.
Mwah.
That's right.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yeah, 57, that was a great steak sauce.
Woo!
That's right, 57 steak sauce. All right, guys. See you all later. Until next time, be bad.